Welcome to Drum Addicts on Andertons TV, and today we're going to do something that most people are probably a little bit scared of doing, and that's taking a perfectly good cymbal, whatever brand, we've picked this lovely K, and drilling a hole in it. So drilling a hole isn't that new. Someone that's a jazz player that might put a rivet in it, or drilling a hole to stop a crack or something. People drill holes. We're going to drill a hole, or 3 holes in this particular occasion, just to put a pickup in it. So this is one of the direct source Zildjian pickups. And tell us how we do it. How do we drill a hole?
Okay.
Everyone's scared of it. So
yeah, everyone is very scared. Firstly, it doesn't change the sound of the cymbal. If you think about if you're putting 6 holes in for rivets, that doesn't change the sound at all. And we're taking out such little amounts of metal, it's not going to change the frequencies. The other thing to bear in mind is where different frequencies come from cymbals. So the low end generally comes from the edge and the very high end comes from the bell. So if you're drilling into the bell, yes, it might change the frequencies, but it's going to be such a small amount and it's going to be something which is way over what humans can hear anyway. So it's not going to change it. So firstly, what you've got to make sure you do is you've got to work out where you're going to hit the cymbal. So if it's logo down, which it usually would be, you've got to work out which side of the bell you're going to play, for instance, and then you're going to put the pickup on the opposite side. So you don't want to be playing onto the pickup. So I would normally be playing the ride there. I would play onto the left-hand side of the bell, so I'm going to drill onto the right-hand side. So simple as that. Then you choose the locations. We're going to mark the underneath with some tape so we know exactly where we're going to put it. We're going to put one in the bell, one in the upper bow, and one a little bit further out towards the edge.
The only time you would do differently to what Simon just said, if it's a left-hand ride or you are left-handed, you could put it at the top or wherever you choose, not to hit the bell with your stick. That's the important thing.
Indeed. So what about the warranty? Is it going to affect it?
So obviously you get a 2-year warranty with Zildjian anyway against manufacturing defects, and this doesn't disturb your warranty. So as long as you drill it carefully and show diligence that you've done it properly and haven't just attacked it with a jigsaw, you are still in your warranty. To make sure you don't damage the cymbal, obviously you've got to get the right size drill bit and make sure it's a metal drill, not like a masonry one or anything like that. And also check where you're drilling. We happen to do it on the studio floor, but it's not got a posh carpet and it's not tiled or anything. So be careful whatever you're drilling through and underneath too. Otherwise, it's super easy. Don't do it in your cymbal case and just carry on drilling through all your cymbals. That would be a bad move.
Okay, 1 drill, 1 cymbal. We've marked
one helper.
Oh, sorry, 1 very important helper. We're going to drill it in 3 different places so you can hear the difference that it makes. And to mark out where we're going to drill it, we've actually put tape on the cymbals. And also always drill from the underneath because you don't want to slip and make nice big score marks in your cymbals. So do it like this.
We also scientifically picked where the gaffer was. So.
Yeah, very, very scientifically picked where the gaffer was. So here's number 1. We might have to speed this up. 1. 2. 3. Okay, so here is our cymbal, 3 holes in it. Now, a couple of things to point out. The direct source pickup, as you can see there, 2 different pieces, the little bolt which goes in the end, it's got a little rubber washer on it. Now, to get the best fit and make sure it doesn't come undone, it's best to have 2 little washers, one either side of the cymbal.
Also sort of eliminates rattle as
yes,
well.
Eliminates rattle, because you don't want metal on metal, because that will cause a big rattle.
A rubber gasket.
Rubber gasket, put it through, tighten it up, and you're done. That's it. Then this will mount over the base of your cymbal stand, and that will just link up to there. So that's it. The whole system on the stand, would just be like that.
And there's enough slack there for bigger rides. This is a 21. You can go right up to as big.
Yeah,
as
you can go bigger, and also there needs to be a little bit of slack because the cymbal might turn around, and you don't want it to pull on the cable. But apart from that, really, really simple.
Sorted. And then obviously, not that you would drill 3 holes, but we've shown you can just move it, and that changes.
Yes. So more towards the bell gives you a brighter, more pingy sound, more high end. And then as you go down towards the edge, it's a darker sound, but it also dries the sound out because it actually slightly dampens the cymbal. So you get a darker sound down here, brighter sound up here. So you can actually choose what sort of sound you want to produce from the pickup.
And you could, if you wanted, like we've done, put in multiple holes, and you'd be fine to change. Oh, that gig I'm doing a lot of bell work, and then that gig I want more wash.
Absolutely. And also some cymbals, they have a better bell, and you can put it further down towards the edge. Some cymbals with very thin bells and the bells aren't very loud, then you can just mount the pickup on the bell and you can boost the sound of the bell as well. So it really depends on what you want to do. There is a little bit of experimentation, but I would say to start with, start on the bell, and then you can work further down if you need to.
And the other cool thing is obviously you could get a product that's already got loads of holes in it and experiment with that.
Absolutely. Because exactly the same thing works with those. Up towards the bell, brighter, down towards the edge, darker and dry.
So I hope we showed you that it really isn't that hard to drill a hole in a cymbal, and as long as you do it carefully, you're not invalidating your warranty and you're not going to affect the sound. But it does give you another library of sounds that you can sort of edit and do yourself. So
absolutely. And also one other thing to point out is that this came about because of bands using cymbals in really high volume areas where the overhead mics were just picking up everything. They were picking up the guitars and the bass and everything else. And every time the front of house engineer tried to make the cymbals louder, everything got louder because it was all going through the overhead mics. So a certain artist tried putting these on real cymbals, and that's how this came about. So it's...
And you never know, you might drill your cymbal and like that sound and then lose your ride to a friend anyway. So he'll just... But no, check out the links below. There's lots of really cool information on the Zildjian website as well.
There is.
There's a lot of misconceptions with the sort of direct pickups, are they mics, all that. So I hope we've cleared all of that. And I hope we've just sort of inspired you to go, okay, we've got a broken cymbal, it's got a crack in, or I'm going to recycle a cymbal, or whatever. You can drill a cymbal. It doesn't even have to be a super posh cymbal, but it won't magically make it better. It will only emphasise what's already there.
Yes, yeah, very good point. That you can take any cymbal, but it's got to sound good in the first place. It will only make a bad cymbal sound louder. So don't do that. Take a good cymbal, and then you can start messing around with the sound and changing the sound of it. So yeah, very good point.
But don't be intimidated, give it a go. Check out the links below, and we'll see you next time.